So the Minnesota Timberwolves are not doing too great. They just lost 2 nights ago. You guys are probably going to see this when it's like 3 or 4 nights ago to the Celtics. Julius did go off. Edwards has been struggling lately, is not shooting the ball well at all. Like 5 for 16 is crazy. He said in the post-game interview that he's tired of people doubling him, which I guess with Julius out there instead of Cat, he's not as much of like a threat one-on-one than Cat could be to like get to the rim or hit a three. So yeah, huge fall off from last year. They finished as a 3 seed last year. Right now, these standings are not accurate because I simmed today, so the losses and stuff aren't accurate to what was happening today because I'm filming this like 2 in the morning. But yeah, now they're actually the 10 seed. They're not the 8 seed right now. They're the 10 seed in real life. So huge fall off from that 3rd seed from last year. Honestly, Edwards is only 23. I feel like they should just sell everyone that's above like mid-20s, get as many picks as they can, and start rebuilding with like young talent around Edwards, so that when Edwards is in his prime at like 26 to 28, then they have a solid young core that can actually help him get to the finals or even the conference finals I think they got last year. We don't even have our own pick until 2028. So even if we do start tanking, I don't know who has the picks right now. Whoever has them is gonna come up big time over the next like what, 2025, 26, 27, over the next 3 seasons. I was just looking through the trade finder here to see if anyone would give me any picks for Julius or at least some solid young talent. But like, I don't see why the Grizzlies would do this. And Scottie Pippen Jr., like he could be solid for us as a future point guard to Anthony Edwards. But I don't see why they would do this to get Julius Randle, unless they want to like move Triple J to the 5, put Randle at the 4. Maybe we could circle back to that if we don't find anything else. But yeah, there's really nothing out here that's very significant and that would make sense. I'm trying to keep it somewhat realistic, kind of like what's happening in real life right now. Then as we go down the line, I'll see what's happening in the game and make moves to make it realistic as to what's happening. So like if a team is selling, we would be able to like trade for one of their older star players and give them picks to get that guy, so stuff like that. But yeah, right now I actually do not like anything, so I'm gonna sim to the trade deadline here and then circle back and look to see if maybe like I get a trade finder for a player with high salary who doesn't have that much value, and then I can add a pick onto it if they're trying to include like another player. So we are at the trade deadline and we actually ended up winning games to get to a 3 seed. I don't know why 2K's I guess algorithm likes the Timberwolves so much. Like clearly in real life they're not going to be a good team. They're probably going to finish probably in the play-in. So yeah, we're gonna go off what's happening in real life for this season, which is the Timberwolves aren't good. So even though 2K thinks we're a 3 seed, we're still gonna look to trade Randle, probably even Gobert and whoever else we can trade. So the only 2 trades I think make somewhat sense here for Julius to get at least some solid younger talent that can develop is to the Kings for Devin Carter. Then we'd have to take Malik Monk's contract. We'll probably trade it in the offseason and hopefully get at least a pick for him. Or to Orlando to get Anthony Black as our future potential point guard. We would take back KCP here. Like this doesn't really make sense to me because they already have Paulo. They're not going to run Julius at the 5. Like he would get probably cooked at the 5 against any actual big centers. So we're not going to do that. I think we are going to do the Kings trade and get Devin Carter, even though I think tonight was his first debut game, and that is not registered in 2K yet because it's probably going to be registered tomorrow. So yeah, they would put Julius at the 4 and they'd have Fox, DeRozan, Sabonis, and Julius as their like big 4 instead of having this like big 3, even though it's not really working out for them right now. And Keegan Murray's been having a bad season as well, so he would replace Keegan in that starting lineup to get even better there. So this could be a good way for them to turn their season around and potentially get back into a playoff spot, because right now I don't even think they're a play-in team. So yeah, we're gonna do this. Like, it's not great value, but Julius Randle, besides the last game against the Celtics, I don't think he's been having a great season. And so yeah, we're gonna do this with the Kings at the deadline, and they obviously agree. Now for Rudy, we are going to do this trade with the Spurs. This is going to allow them to run Wemby at the 4 spot instead of having him be at the 5 spot and probably get a higher chance of being injured, banging in the post. And they're going to give us Devin Vassell, who right now is only an 82 overall. They did extend him. Rudy Gobert, I didn't know he got an extension. I don't know if the game's just broken or they actually gave him an extension in real life. So this is kind of like for them. They have Brandon still, who hasn't really gotten a chance, I don't think, to get many minutes this year and show what he can really do and develop. He's still only 21 years old. They have Castle, who would probably move to the 1 in the future. They traded for Tyler Kolek, I guess. They have Blake Wesley as well still, who can come up as a PG. So I guess 2 young PGs here, 2 future shooting guards here. You still have Harrison, Champagny, Keldon. Then you'd have Sochan and Wemby at the 4, or move Sochan to the 3, or Sohan. So yeah, we're going to do this trade with them. We get Devin Vassell as a future shooting guard of the future, and we'd probably move Ant to the 3 or move Devin to the 3, whichever one seems like it's going to make more sense. So we're going to do this with them, get them the French connection in San Antonio, and they agree. Now for the final trade of this deadline, we're going to move Mike Conley in a second to the Magic for Cole Anthony. They're going to get a veteran point guard here to help progress their young guys into a winning or professional mentality. They'd have Mike Conley, Anthony Black here as their point guards. They can move Suggs over to the 2, so he doesn't have to run that 1 spot. And yeah, they'd be pretty deep even for this season to potentially make a good playoff run. They also got Draymond, so they'd have 2 vets to help them make a playoff push. So we're going to do this with them at the trade deadline, and they agree. Here's going to be our new 10-man lineup with this revamped young to mid-20s T-Wolves squad. We're going to put Dillingham to start the 1, Edwards 2. We moved Vassell to the 3, McDaniels moved to the 4, but eventually we might move him back and have Vassell maybe come off the bench or something. We'll figure it out. Nas is going to be the starting center, Malik 6th man, Nas 7th man, Zach 8th man, Cole Anthony 9th man, and Devin Carter going to get some run as a 10th man. Because I don't know if I'm going to keep Cole Anthony around. So I'd probably like Devin Carter to be the new backup point guard of the future, or even maybe he progresses past Dillingham, because Dillingham's only a 74. So we'll see what happens with that. Luckily for us, we did get up to the 3 seed. In real life, they're not going to get that high. So we're probably not going to lose a valuable pick this year, which is good for us. And we're still winning games somehow. So we'll see where we end up at the end of the year here. By the way, I don't know if the camera looks good or the quality is good. If you watched my last videos, like the actual gameplay in the background would get like blurry at times because I was using the camera effects on the iPhone to like make the background blurry, have like a studio light and make it kind of look more professional. But I took all those off and just made like a LUT in Photoshop to put on top to have a similar look to it. So I'm hoping that it still looks good, but if it does not, then I'll try something else. But yeah, season is wrapped. I didn't see there where we ended up. Shea gets MVP. He's been balling lately, so probably deserves. Foncastle Rookie of the Year. Amen 6th man. Wemby Depoy. Amen Most Improved. Jokic Clutch Player. And here, we get Executive of the Year somehow. I guess because we traded away all the talent that was making us lose in real life, even though in the game we were winning, so that doesn't really make sense. Here are the awards. If you want to take a look at maybe your favorite players showing up here or something. But we don't get any Timberwolves, which is all that we care about. We did not, or wait, we were a 5 seed, so we still made it in, which is good to progress our young guys, I guess. We had a 49-33 record. I don't know why I didn't clock that when we just saw the Executive of the Year. So I'll take it, man. Trading away Gobert, Randall, and Conley, and we still end up as a 5 seed is very solid. I'm not even going to touch the lineup. We're just going to sim through this. Oh my God, we made it out of the first round and beat the Spurs, who we traded Gobert to. Damn, they're only giving Gobert 28 minutes a night. I mean, he shot efficiently. He got boards. He didn't really do much defensive. He was a minus 24. That is awful. So I don't know. Maybe 2K is just dumb and wasn't running him at the 5 and putting Wemby at the 4. But you have same finals as last year's Celtics Mavericks, with the Celtics winning it again in 7 and Tatum Finals MVP. Okay, we are in the offseason now. Let's see who has our pick for this season. Oh wait, we have Detroit's pick. Okay, so Detroit ended up as a lottery team, I guess. And okay, it looks like it was protected, I'm guessing. Yeah, it was protected. So they have the 9th pick. Who has Minnesota's pick? So the Jazz have our pick at 24, yeah, from the Gobert trade. So they would probably have it for the next couple years, I'm guessing, which I don't know. Maybe the young guys that we picked up will be good enough. We'll keep Chris Finch here. All we had was a second round pick. I just simmed through it. They picked up this guy, Adu Thero. I'll just accept him. Maybe he ends up progressing into something. Nas declines his player option. We're not going to bring back Josh Minot at a 22 overall. And he was a second round pick, so I don't think 2K would progress him much. Not going to bring back Luka Garza. We are probably going to look to re-sign Naz Reid, though. Qualifying offers, we are not going to give it to any of these guys either. They haven't progressed enough to potentially get into even a lineup in the next couple years. Before we get into free agency, I was looking for offers for Malik Monk so I can get off some of this money from the guys in their older 20s that I don't really want on the roster right now. I'd rather get younger talent even more so we can keep progressing them over the next like 2-3 years. And they actually offered me 2 firsts, but I feel like it was too unfair or unrealistic. So they're looking to, I guess, now replace what they lost in Devin Vassell, have a scorer off the bench or even start for them as a point guard maybe. Since we beat them in the first round last year and they clearly wanted to go farther than that, especially getting Gobert from us, they were looking to win now with Wemby, who in real life, honestly, I think they should look to win now. He's probably going to be DPOY this year, probably going to be all NBA. So yeah, we're going to do this trade with them in the offseason, get off Malik's money and get another potentially good first round pick from Charlotte next season. Also, before we get into free agency, we're going to move off Cole Anthony to get a first from the Nets. They are pretty thin at the guard position. They only have like 2 guys here. So they could use a guy in their mid-20s who could also grow with Cam Thomas, who's around the same age. I want to give Devin Carter an actual chance here. He has high potential in the game, so I think he could end up being very solid. And this is just another future first for us. Maybe Cat leaves, maybe they don't have the money to bring everyone back and they end up bad by this point, and that's more valuable. So that's what we're going to bank on, and we're going to do that trade. So I'm going to offer this contract to Naz Reid to get him back for 3 years. 15 mil backloaded, so we'd end up getting 16.5 in the final season. And we'll see. Maybe at that point we would even trade him. Hopefully he'd be up to like a close to mid 80s guy. So he should accept that because he has no other offers. Then we're also going to bring Na back on a similar 3-year deal, but his is going to be for 10 mil, ending at 11 mil. And he also has no offers yet, so he should come back on that. And we do get both of those guys back on those similar contracts I just showed you. And we are actually not going to pick anyone else up in this 2025 free agency because we are going to give, oh wow, Nas regresses, Jaden McDaniels regresses, but it's because he's at the 4 spot, so we actually technically went up 2 points. But Nas regressing is not a good sign. Ant goes up though 2 points to 95, so that's good to see. Same with Vassell. Dillingham goes up 6. So, oh wow, Devin Carter goes up 5. So both of these guys are going to be competing for that starting PG role, I'm guessing, after this season. Once we see next year's player progression. I didn't pick up anyone else because I do want to give Leonard Miller a chance here. See maybe he progresses into something in one season. And Terrence Shannon, he's around that mid-20s age that Devin Vassell's at. And Naz Reid, even though Naz Reid's probably going to be gone because he's regressing. So yeah, I wanted to give him a chance for 1 year and see what those guys can do. Let's sim to the trade deadline again and see if maybe we can move off like those other contracts. Like I think I still have Zach Collins under contract, and maybe we do decide to move off Naz Reid already if he's not back up to like a high or like a mid 80s type guy. So yeah, we'll see. Right now, we're actually in a playoff spot, so we're doing much better than I thought we would. All right, we are at the trade deadline, and 2K either loves the Timberwolves or we're just having a really good season, or the West has just completely fallen off. We're the 4th seed with this team, man. Like, besides Anthony Edwards and maybe Devin Vassell, we should be nowhere near a 4 seed. This should be like a bottom team in the league, but we're 28 and 21. Let's take a quick look at what the West looks like. So yeah, the Spurs actually are at the top, so I'm pretty sure have a better record than they did last year at this point. Yeah, I mean, I guess we could be down to a 9 seed after just losing like 2 games or like 3 games, which is pretty bad. But we'd still probably make the play-in at least this year, and we wouldn't be at the very bottom. I forgot whose picks we had. We had Charlotte. Charlotte is out of a play-in spot right now, which is good. And I forgot who else is. We'll see at the end of this season. But yeah, let's take a quick look. See if we maybe want to trade anyone. I still don't know if I'm going to. Like Zach Collins, he's an expiring deal. I don't know if any team would really want him or give us like any meaningful assets for a 78 overall 28-year-old. I will take a look though. And besides that, I'm honestly fine with keeping everyone here. Nasri didn't get back up to an 80, so I do have a bad feeling he's just going to keep progressing for some reason. But we haven't locked it for 3 years, so might as well see what happens at the end of next season. And we'll take a quick look here through these trades here and see if anything makes sense. Yeah, there's nothing that makes sense for us to do or for the other team, so it's just too unrealistic. We're just going to keep the same roster and let Zach Collins walk at the end of the season. Let's sim to the end of this season, which seems to be going pretty good for us, which is unexpected and not what I was planning on doing. First actual season is about to wrap, and we go 49-32. So we are a legitimately good team with this young core that we brought in to replace the older guys. We could have a 50-win record already, man, after just like replacing the older guys with some young talent. Last game against Brooklyn, which we definitely could win, but we lose it. So no 50-win record. Here are the awards. Cooper Flag goes to my Raptors, so we did capture the flag. I'm hoping that happens in real life. And he gets 6-man. I don't know why he's a 6-man. They should put him at like the 3, put RJ to the 2, Quickly at the 1, Scotty at the 4, and Jakob at the 5. Wemby obviously depoy. Scoot gets most improved, good for him. Damn, 20 points, 5 assists for him now. Trey clutch player, kid coach of the year, and the Spurs get executive of the year. Do we see Anthony Edwards on an all-NBA team? We do see him there. What did he average this season? He's up to 28, 7, and 4 with a steal a night. Shooting is insanely efficient, best of his career by far. 58, 43, 84 splits. So yeah, insanely good season for him. I just want to make sure you guys can see that. Best season of his career. He definitely deserves it. Do we get him all defensive or anyone else? We do not. Yeah, we didn't have any rookies either. So yeah, we're back in this little 4-5 bracket here as last year. I think we have a good chance of making it out because 2K seems to love the young squad we have here. We win game 1, we win game 2. Bro, we're gonna sweep the first round. Oh my god, we swept the first round. I do want to see these playoff stats here. Let me hover over so you guys can see all the shooting splits. So Anthony Edwards averaged 32 points, 8 boards, 6 assists. Devin Vassell hooping for us. Dillingham coming up big for us. Devin Carter was insanely efficient, dude. 50 from the field, 60 from the 3-point line. I gotta scroll down so you guys can see that up here. So yeah, young core going crazy. We got the 1 seed Dallas in the second round though. Gonna be tough for us. They win game 1, they win game 2, they win game 3. And yeah, we had no chance against the 1 seed Mavericks, who make it to the finals again. This time they have the Knicks though, not the Celtics. So they do have a chance of winning it here. They could not beat the Celtics both times they matched up against them, and they do win it this time. So Luka gets his MVP, averaging a triple-double in the finals. Okay, second off season. Let's hope we have somewhat of a high lottery pick. We have multiple. We have 6 from Detroit and 7 from the Timberwolves. Both should convey this year, if I remember correctly. So let's hope we get lucky and jump up here. We're just gonna skip the results. And we end up with 7 and 8. So we actually dropped on, I think, both picks, which is unfortunate. We also have 26 via Cleveland. So I don't know, maybe we package all 3 and try to get in the top 5 because we're just outside of it if there's a talent there that makes sense. So the main thing I think missing in this young core that we have going here is a power forward or center of the future, or of even right now, that can come in like a guy Cam Boozer would come in and already be a solid starter at 18 years old. I think he's projected to go around 4, 2, 1, 3. So I think to be safe, I try to trade up for like the 3rd overall pick, see if I can get that done. And even then we might not get him. And then our second option will probably be going for Chris Senac just to be a 5 for us, and keeping Jaden McDaniels at the 4. So yeah, we'll see if we can get that done. Okay, the Thunder actually have pick number 2, 9, and 10 all in the lottery. I'm gonna see if we can get pick 2, give them 7 and 8, so they would get 4 in a row chances at getting like really solid bench pieces for them, because at this point they don't need another star. They're a top 3 seed in the West. If they get someone in the top 5, I think they get paid more money and would be eligible to make more than someone who ends up less than that, if that's what I remember correctly. So yeah, we're gonna throw in 7 pick 8 here. Highly doubt they just agree to that. We're gonna have to include a player. And it does suck to lose him because I do think he would progress again at this next player progression, but it really only makes sense for them. He's a center power forward and would probably work better at the 4 spot for them, and they don't really have a good backup there. Besides that, they're pretty much set at every single position. So yeah, they're gonna bring Chet back, and they still have Hartenstein. So we're gonna try this. Pick 7, 8, and Naz Reid to move up to pick number 2, where we would take Cam Boozer. Let's see if they agree to it. They do agree. May have gotten fleeced there. I don't know. You guys let me know. I feel like it's pretty fair. So the Bulls took AJ DeBansa with the 1st overall pick, which is good for them because we did not want him. We did want to pick up Cam Boozer with the 7 overall pick, and we got our guy, or the 2nd overall pick, and we got our guy. So Cam comes in at an 80 overall. Like I said, he's coming in able to play as a starter for us and impact winning. We just made it to the 2nd round. I think he can actually help us get farther than that. And with our 26th overall pick, I picked up another potential big for us. I could progress into a backup role. So we're going to accept him there. Team player options. How did, okay, Leonard Miller did not play well at all. So he's only 22 though. I'm going to keep him, see what he can do in the future. Terrence Shannon also didn't shoot the best from 3, but he did shoot pretty good from the field. He's a solid perimeter defender. I'll bring him back to Adu Thiero. This guy didn't get a chance. Let's just bring him back, have the extra body as a young guy who could progress. No qualifying offers. We don't really have a lot of money to spend because we have a Vassell, Edwards, McDaniels all locked up for like 25+ mil. So, and all we really need is another backup big, because I am going to start Cam Boozer at the starting 5. So we're going to bring Nick Richards in for, yeah, let's do 3 years and see if he'll take 8 for it. And he does take that $8 million backloaded extension. We also have a $19 million trade exception, which I might look into seeing if we can do anything with that. And there wasn't anything great I saw to utilize that trade exception for. Like, I was getting offered Michael Porter for Jaden McDaniels and some picks, and didn't think that was a big enough upgrade for us at the 4 spot. And Jaden McDaniels does progress too. Love to see this, all the green. Definitely think after last season, if we were able to make the 2nd round, this team can make a push for the at least conference finals. Devin Carter, like I said, I did think he was going to progress heavily, and he is going to challenge Dillingham for that starting 1 spot. And hopefully Cam Boozer throughout the season, I'm going to give him a bunch of minutes, you guys are going to see in a second, can progress to be at least like a mid-80s guy for the conference finals. So this is going to be our lineup for the full 2nd season. 2K actually wanted to start Devin Carter over Dillingham, so I'm going to start him there, but completely split their minutes, 24 apiece. Edwards at the 2, Vassell 3, McDaniels 4. Like I said, Boozer at the 5, gonna get him pretty heavy minutes here at 34 a night. We might even get him higher than that, maybe at the trade deadline or something. Dillingham, Richards, Leonard Miller, and Terrence Shannon are gonna be the bench unit for this season. We are up to a 4.5 star, 7 seconds, system proficiency under Chris Finch. So it's definitely looking good for us here. We are on the up trajectory after getting off of Randall and Gobert, and we are off to an insanely hot start as the 1st seed. 2nd full season is about to wrap, and this is absolutely insane. We won 60 wins on the season. I'm pretty sure we're the best team in the league right now, with only Anthony Edwards as our star player pretty much. Yeah, we are the best team in the NBA. 1 game left against the Nuggets, and we win. So 61-21. Jokic gets MVP though. We do get Rookie of the Year. Cam Boozer puts up 17, 10, and 4 with a steal, 2 blocks, shooting 46-31. Definitely a really solid rookie season. D'Lo is on the Bucks now. Wemby, Depoy, Igor Demin, most improved on the Trailblazers. Jokic clutch player. We get Coach of the Year with Chris Finch, but the Spurs get Executive of the Year. We're probably gonna see Edwards here on all NBA teams. Yep, he's back on here. His scoring's up even more by 0.2, same boards, assists are up, steals are up, blocks are around the same, and still shooting insanely efficient. So love to see that. Do we get any defensive guys? We get Cam Boozer as a rookie on all defensive 1st team. That is insane. He's obviously going to get all rookie 1st, and that is it for those guys. So 1st seed already, man. Like, this team is not even at the point yet where I thought we'd be competing. I thought at least 1 more season, and then we'd have like 2 years that I'd film here and see if we can win it. But already, like, Anthony Edwards is our only star player. That's a 90 overall. But this team, I guess, is just so well constructed with everyone that we're the best team in the league. So let's see if we can do it. Can Cam Boozer in his rookie season help the Timberwolves get a championship? We win game 1, we win game 2, we lose game 3, we win game 4, we lose game 5, we have a game 7 in the first round. Let's simulate this one with Simcast. It would honestly suck so much if in the second full season here, the first season was like half a season, the season after that was the first full season, and we made a second round run. If the final year here that we actually end up as a 1 seed, we lose, and it's not looking too good for us. We're down 10 going into the 4th, and the Pelicans, oh my God, we came back right at the end of the 4th. If this is like a 1-point game with less than 2 minutes, I'll hop in. It's a 3-point game with less than 2 minutes. Let's hop in and see what happens. All right, so we have the ball. McDaniel's inbounding it. Who do we have in the game? We have Devin Carter, Vassell, Anthony Edwards, and it looks like Cam Boozer. Edwards for 3, misses it. He had light pressure. That's all right, though. That would have tied the game. Both teams are in the bonus. McDaniel's trying to lock up Zion. Zion gets the cut, and he gets the tough strength layup, pushes McDaniel's out of the way to get them up 5 with a minute 30 left. Edwards coming up the court, drives on Misi, and is very tightly contested. That was not a good play. Honestly, I think I should just stop coming into games here. Zion gets a tough sidestep lay and puts them up by 7, making this game look like it's out of reach very quickly after we were only down 3 less than a minute ago. Anthony Edwards, though, pulls up for 3, cuts the lead a little bit here. We still have a chance. We got to get stops from McDaniels. You're like an all-defensive guy. You got to stop Zion here. You know he's not going to shoot the 3. Just don't let him in the paint. Anthony Edwards goes for the double. He kicks it out to Peterson. I don't know if that's like Drew Peterson. He pulls up the lay, misses it. Carter gets the rebound, gives it up to Vassell. We need a quick bucket here. Vassell into Boozer. Oh, Boozer puts up a bad shot against Misi, bro. That's that rookie IQ. McDaniels get the steal, though. We gotta score quick here. We need a 2. Gives it into Boozer. Good pass. Boozer for the dunk. It is a 2-point game with 39 seconds to go. We could actually do this. It didn't look like we were gonna come back. It looked like they were gonna pull away. But somehow, McDaniels makes a good defensive play and makes a good offensive play. Oh my God, Zion almost turned it over. Kicks it out for 3. They miss a 3, and that should be our ball. Yup, Timberwolves ball. Misi hits it out of bounds on the rebound, and Timberwolves call timeout. All right, I would say hold it here and give... Okay, Anthony Edwards just goes in for the 2 and makes it quickly, so we have a tie game with 22 seconds. The Pelicans call timeout, and they're going to get the last chance to win the game with the final shot. All right, here we go. Can we get a stop here? The Pelicans have Vucevic off the bench, so they bring him in for some offense. Zion is isoing the ball on the left side of the court here at the 3-point line. Is he gonna just try to drive on McDaniels? Yep, he's gonna drive on McDaniels, and he makes it with 6 seconds to go. We don't have timeouts. We got to go up the court quick. Anthony Edwards, I don't know why he slowed down. Pulls up from the logo and misses it. That is unfortunate. So we come off our best regular season of this rebuild, but have our worst playoffs yet, losing in the first round. Anthony Edwards put up 40 in a closeout game, but it was not enough. Dillingham went off too. Vassell played solid. Boozer, yeah, rookie, did not take good shots, shot very inefficiently. No one really came up big for them. It was all just like spread out scoring. So that sucks for us. And the Pelicans, oh, they almost made it to the finals, so I wouldn't have been that mad. But they lose to the Spurs, and the Spurs get swept by the Pacers, and Halliburton is the finals MVP. All right, we didn't have any picks this third off season, and the only thing I did in free agency was let Leonard Millard walk, and I brought in Ochai Agbaji to be our new backup power forward because he's coming off a really solid season with the Raptors, shooting almost 40% from 3 and efficient from the field, and he's a good defender, so that'll be huge for us in the playoffs to have a depth guy like that. Cam Boozer up to an 87 after his rookie season, so now we already have pretty much 2 stars. That, I think, was the thing that was missing in the playoffs to make a deep run. Cam Boozer was not good enough in his rookie season, but he learned in the first round. what it takes to win a playoff series, and we should be good here. Dillingham looks like he's going to outbeat Devin Carter for that starting 1 spot this season. And yeah, we still have Terrence Shannon who will come off the bench. And yeah, we're going to pretty much run it back for probably 1 or 2 more years and see if they can get it done. Third full season is about to wrap. We are just shy of a 60-win team again at 58 and 23. Last game against the Blazers, we win. So 1 win shy of 60 wins going back to back. Here are the awards. Not going to care about it too much now unless we see one of our guys. Chris Finch does get Coach of the Year. I think he got it last year as well. So back-to-back Coach of the Years for him. Nice to see that. We should see, oh wow, I thought we were going to see Edwards on NBA teams and not Cam Boozer. But Cam Boozer in his 2nd season is an All-NBA 2nd team over Anthony Edwards. He's put up 19, 11, and 5 with almost 2 steals and 2 blocks. Up to 50, 40, 84. So insanely good 2nd season for him. And we do get Anthony Edwards on NBA teams as well on the 3rd team. Still having a very efficient year and putting up a lot of points. So good to see that from him. Cam Boozer up to all defensive first now as well. We don't see anyone else there and we wouldn't have any rookies. So yeah, honestly, just gonna run it back for 1 more season here. I didn't stop at the trade deadline because I was like, Cam Boozer was a rookie. He went up like 7 overall points, so that would make a huge difference for us in the playoffs. And if we do not make it far this year or lose in the finals or something like that, I will try to make trades for the last season after this. But we're up 3-0 in the first round, 3-1, and we get out of there in 5. So much better result than last season. Edwards put up 50 in the closeout game and made up for Boozer not having an efficient game. He is now pretty much our 2nd star here. Now we have Dallas in the 2nd round. I do want to see if they have any changes. Do they still have Kyrie there? Yeah. Still have Kyrie. They lost Luka. So Luka is not on the team anymore, but Kyrie and Lively still got them as a 4 seed and into the 2nd round of the playoffs. So that's pretty insane. But that means we have a much better chance of beating them. I say that and we lose the 1st game. We win the 2nd one though. We win the 3rd one. We win the 4th one. They win the 5th one. And we get out of there in 6 to now go against the 6th seed San Antonio Spurs. They still have Gobert. It does not look like they have Gobert, but they have Jabari Smith at their 4th spot now. Like I said, Brandon with an opportunity progressed to now be pretty much the same overall as Vassell. So that was a good trade for them. Castle up to a 90, and they did bring in IQ to be their starting point guard. So this will definitely be a tough series. We win game 1 though. We lose game 2. We lose game 3. Can we tie it up again for game 4? We do tie it up. We're 2-2. We're up 3-2. And we are out of there to make our first finals appearance. Cam Boozer gets a West Finals MVP over Anthony Edwards, putting up 19, 12, and 5. 3 steals and 2 blocks. Didn't shoot the best. And we have the Nets. So the Nets young core, or the Nets got a young core around Cam Thomas, I'm assuming, and made it to the finals as well. Let's see, do they? Yeah, they still have Cam Thomas. He's up to an 88. Besides that, their team doesn't look that good. They have Boogie Flan at the 1, who had their West or their East Finals MVP. Duren they picked up to be their new 5-man. So definitely looks good for us. I did adjust the lineup a bit here, so it looks a bit different. But I probably will adjust it 1 more time just so it matches up better for what 2K thinks will win us the game. All right, can we get it done? Can we complete the rebuild and get the Timberwolves a championship? We win game 1, we win game 2, we lose game 3, we win game 4, and the Minnesota Timberwolves are your 2028. Okay, I got too cocky there. I did that last video, or I did that on one of the last videos and it worked out. We're up 3-2. Are the Timberwolves your 2028 NBA champions? They are. We get it done. Let's go. Anthony Edwards gets Finals MVP over Cam Boozer, putting up 35, 7, and 6 with almost a steal a night. Shooting insanely efficient. In the closeout game, it was Edwards who went off for 46, 8, and 7. Carried Cam Boozer. I guess Cam Boozer probably had those like one-off games where he went off. Helped Anthony Edwards out, obviously. But in the closeout games, it was Anthony Edwards consistently who got it done for us. All right, I decided to just run it back and go through this pretty quickly, these multiple years here, and just see how many championships we can win in a row. I like to do this sometimes just to see like if we can create a dynasty, or if we did create a dynasty. Cam Boozer up to a 92. Dillingham is now our solidified starting 1. Gave him an extension. Pretty much just brought everyone back that was a free agent. Not going to look to make trades. This rookie we got, though, is going to give Richards a run for his money as our new backup big. We got him at the 26th pick, if you guys remember. He's an elite inside defender, can get boards, and he's a pretty good inside scorer. So he might replace Richards as our backup big if I feel like doing that. But yeah, we're just going to go through this pretty quickly. Probably just sim to the end of next season, sim the playoffs quickly, and see if we can become a dynasty with this Timberwolves squad. Fourth full season is about to wrap, and we have our best record of the rebuild, going 65-16. We also have our best system proficiency. We're up to 5 stars, so really good to see that. 1 game left against the Cavs, and we win it. So 66 wins. Here are the awards. Do we see any of our guys? We do not, besides Coach of the Year. So I think Finchie's got like back-to-back Coach of the Years now. We see Cam Boozer on All-NBA first now. So he is a top player in the game, putting up a 22-point double-double with boards, playmaking, shooting efficiently, being an elite player on defense. But Anthony Edwards is not an All-NBA player this season, which is pretty shocking. And we do get Cam Boozer All-Defensive as well. Like I said, we're probably going to sim through these playoffs pretty quickly here. So who do we have in round 1? We have the 8th seed Utah Jazz. We're going to sim the round, see what happens in the closeout game. We should get out of here pretty easily. Like, we have a 66 win record, and yeah, we sweep the Jazz. Closeout game is Anthony Edwards, constantly putting up 40 points in closeout games for us. Cam Boozer triple-double, 20, 12, and 10. Also gave us 3 blocks, so that is huge. Spurs in the second round, going to be tough because of Wemby. They have a 69 overall at their power forward spot now, though. So that's kind of weird. And Branham actually surpasses Devin Vassell in overall. So that's pretty shocking. Can we get out of here and go for the 2-peat and start our dynasty run? We sweep the second round. So we are on track to sweep the playoffs if we can get by Minnesota here, who has an insanely good lineup. Dylan Harper they brought in as a rookie or young guy through the draft. He was up to a 92. They kept Ingram and Zion and DeJounte, so they have 3 really solid vets now. And they brought in Big Zoo at their starting 5 spot. Can we get it done? Sim the, or actually, I'm gonna adjust the lineup really quick. All I did was press the triangle, auto generate the lineup, so 2K puts the best guys there. Sim the round. Can we at least get back to the finals? We sweep the conference finals. Anthony Edwards puts up 46-5 in the West Finals to get West Finals MVP. And we have the Bulls in the finals. AJ DeBansa. So this is the, what was it, 2026 draft. The top 2 picks number 1 and number 2 going at it. AJ DeBansa versus Cam Boozer in the finals. They have Braden Burries. Don't know who that is, but he's an 86. They kept Kobe White, he's an 84, AJ 94. Matas they kept, he's up to an 87. They have Jaden Quintance, I think. Quintance, he's an 86. I'm not gonna simulate the round here, we're gonna go game by game. They win game 1, they give us our first L of the playoffs. Can we tie it up for game 2? We go down 2-0. The Bulls are gonna end our dynasty run and start a dynasty of their own. They go up 3-0. It is gonna be very tough for us to come back here. Okay, we take 1 game, we take 2 games, and they beat us in 6. The Bulls are your 2029, I believe, yep, champions. And AJ DeBansa wins the duel. He was the first overall pick in the draft, and he beats Cam Boozer in the finals to end our dynasty run, get a championship for them, his first championship, and potentially start their dynasty run. Here's our final roster. Let me know if you guys would want the Timberwolves to do something like this. Try to get what they can for Randall and Gobert and the other older pieces they have, or guys starting to get up there in their late 20s, so they can bring guys that are younger and closer to Anthony Edwards' timeline to build with and have, I guess, more of a fun team, because the vibes there do not seem the best. But yeah, I feel like this was a fun rebuild to do, and I feel like this is a fun, good team to have here. That is going to be it for this one, though. Let me know if you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, let me know what you thought about the lineup or anything else. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.